So it is June 1st. It is the first day of the new month, which means it is the beginning of June's Buzzwordathon. The buzzword for June is a name slash title, so something that someone has called. And I'm going to vlog my experience reading a book that I've been putting off, and I'm going to read The Cruel Prince. I have a backup plan in case I just can't get through this, or if I get through it early and I want to read another book. But I'm going to try to vlog my experience this week reading The Cruel Prince. I've got a couple different things I'm doing during the week that should be kind of fun, but I'm hoping that it won't take me long to get through. It's a decent sized book. But I'm really excited because I hear good things about this, and people seem to like this series. And despite what I've said previously about how I feel about books about fairies, I do give them a shot every now and then. So we'll see. I know I look amazing, I sound amazing, I'm very tired. I have no reason to be, but I am. But I'm hoping I can get some reading done today. It's beautiful today, but I think we may get some rain toward the end of the day, which would be really atmospheric. Love that for reading. But either way, just kind of stay tuned for updates, I guess. Okay, don't judge me. I don't know where my book is. It's probably in my car, or it's at my mom's office when I took it with me to read. But I've read about 50 pages. I think I'm on chapter 8, chapter 7 or 8. I like it. We've established before I'm not like into fairies, and like fairy lore just don't make a lot of sense to me. But I do like that these are like vindictive, cruel fairies. Like that's the whole point of fairies, is they're awful, awful creatures that just want to manipulate humans usually. Like they've got either they're very nice or they're very bad, and there's no in between. It is also really weird to read this book about characters that I know the names of, and pretty much know about in general, but also know nothing about. So I'm like, oh yes, these two people hate each other. Yep, seems about right. But anyway, only 50 pages in. I've got to find the book so I can continue reading it today. But I wanted to show you I got book mail yesterday. I was supposed to get 2 things of book mail yesterday, but I got a fun little email yesterday morning that said 1 package was delayed. So I will get that today. I will film that, when I get a chance to. But this one, I had to wait for this book until 7:30 last night. And then I went to pick it up, and it was worth it because it's beautiful. This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. I've known about it for over a year, well over a year, and just been waiting for this book to come out. And it's so pretty. It is Hannah Witten's For the Wolf. Just take a moment. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. I have this weird thing about these kind of page things they've got. I think that's certainly a choice. To me, it just looks like another opportunity for me to fold something the wrong way and mess the book up. And it does have deckled edges, but we will not hold that against her. It fits the vibe, I guess. But anyway, I've got For the Wolf now. I will not read it yet. I want to, but I will not read it until I finish The Cruel Prince. And then I've got another one coming today that's also going to be absolutely beautiful. I may actually go do some book shopping this week. Maybe not today. I do have some stuff to do at work today, and I want to get started on my book. I also started an audiobook yesterday because I found that that's the best way to get out of my own head. Without getting into it, I had an interesting weekend and made some poor social choices, and now my brain is like, we should relive that for multiple hours of your day. And so to distract myself, I listen to audiobooks because it gives my brain something to process. I've been listening to Tokyo Ever After, which is about a Japanese American girl finding out that she is the crown princess of Japan. And it's very cute, very fast paced, kind of adorable. Love the main character. She's just, she's here. Deal with her. And apparently it's going to be a series. It's got that bodyguard romance thing that is very cute. They're about halfway through, so I'll probably finish that today if I listen to it at work or I listen to it in the car or whatever. I'm going to see if the library has The Cruel Prince available. I know that's a long shot because it's a very popular book, so usually the wait is like 16 weeks on that. again, when you're in a library desert. But I feel like if I could get it on audiobook, I probably could make some more progress with it a little bit quicker. But anyway, I gotta find the book first. So yeah, that's been your day 2 like beginning update. Is I've got a new book. I'm about 50 pages in to the one I'm supposed to be vlogging about. Quick update. Still don't know where the book is. Do not know where the book is. It is not in my car. It is not in my mom's office. The best I can figure now is maybe I didn't look hard enough in my library and like it dropped somewhere. But the library's pretty clean. So I don't know. But I did decide what I'm going to do today. Yesterday was June 1st, so a lot of books released. Well, I only pre-ordered 2, and only 1 has come in because UPS has gotten so he comes late to town, so I probably won't get that one till this evening, which is fine. I'm not bitter. I can wait an extra day. But there are a few that I want to pick up that I think I can get at my local bookstore. And I kind of want to go ahead and do that before it gets bad weather because it looks like it's going to rain. I'm going to go get those books and get a graduation present for someone I know who's graduating this weekend. And yeah, so I'm going to go do that. And maybe I'll find the Cruel Prince and actually do some reading in this reading vlog. Novel concept, I know. Okay. I've got the goods. Get out of the bag. The Chosen and the Beautiful. I have had this on my list of things to get for about a year now because this is a queer Asian retelling of The Great Gatsby. And I'm super intrigued by that premise. And I got it because, for those of you who don't know, The Great Gatsby kind of takes place in June and July. Like, it's a summer book. And so this one also takes place in June. So, appropriate that it released yesterday. And I will probably start that sooner rather than later. Because, again, I think that it would just vibe well for that. This cover is beautiful. Was it like $30? Yeah. Would it have been cheaper if I just pre-ordered it? Or if I ordered it online and waited? Yeah, but like I needed the instant gratification of holding it in my hand. So now I'm off to go do some more errands in town and then head back. So I'm not tempted to spend more money on books because I don't need to keep spending money on books. So it is much later in the day. I got more book mail. I have to clean it because someone, while packaging it, put their grubby little hands on it. And now it's a little messy. It's okay. I'm just glad I have it. And it's The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. And I was interested in this anyway. Can you see the handprint? You see the handprint? So it's tearing my nerves up a little bit. But I was really excited about this anyway. But then I found out like 2 weeks ago that this is what the hardcover looks like. And it was a no-brainer. I had to order it. I had to get it. So I have this now. That's not really high on my immediate TBR. Like I said earlier, I'm probably going to read The Chosen and the Beautiful first. I'm obviously not going to read The Cruel Prince like I'm supposed to because I do not know where it is. My last-ditch idea of where it could be is at my boss's house where I went to do work yesterday. Ooh, let me stand in front of the messed up lights. I went to do some work yesterday, and I may have brought it in because it was with my keys and my cardigan and all that, and maybe I just left it. But why would I even bring it in if I knew I wasn't going to be able to read it? I don't know. Anyway, I finished more of Tokyo Ever After today. It's still really good. Decently paced little YA. Why are you shaking right now? Thank you. So, I'm probably going to put on some headphones, listen to more of Tokyo Ever After. And I'll probably read Lisey's Story by Stephen King. I'm reading that in anticipation of watching the show. And then tomorrow I'll go by my boss's house and see if maybe I left the book there and I can finish it. I don't know, man. If it's not one thing, it's another. I can't make these reading vlogs happen. You don't know this, but I do. I filmed a whole reading vlog for spring break and never posted it because it was so gosh darn awful. Like nothing happened that week. And I was just miserable, and I didn't read anything, and it's beginning to feel a little bit like that now. Like, whenever I had the accountability to, like, hey, film yourself reading something, everything goes, no, you should not read on your BookTube channel, which fine. Who am I to tell fate anything? So I'm going to read everything but The Cruel Prince tonight, and maybe do some cleaning in here because it needs it, or cleaning in the rest of my house because it also needs it. But anyway, that was the book mail I've got. I've now got 3 of my most anticipated books of the year, and I'm really excited about that. And it's just going to get worse from here. I looked at my list the other day of how many books are coming out in the next few months that I really want to get my hands on. June was probably my worst month. June, there were like 20 books I wanted that they come out this month. And I want them so bad. But I just don't have the money for it right now. And I think July is not going to be much better. Oh my God, a bird attacking a squirrel. I need to stop filming. I just need to go read. All right, bye. You get the gist. I'm not reading The Cruel Prince. I'm reading it, but like I'm not in a physical sense, you know. Yeah. It just thundered. It just thundered right after I stopped filming. So I guess I'm going to have a shaky dog in a minute. I'm glad it waited, though, unlike everything else in town. Well, this light is flattering. Guess who found her book in her boss's house? Okay, so now I can finally continue reading The Cruel Prince. I'm actually on my way to meet my husband for lunch. So I'll probably be able to read this until he gets to the place for eating. And then I'm working this afternoon, so I'll be listening to Tokyo Ever After and not reading. But it has been raining, I swear to you, for like 24 hours. Like, my driveway is completely flooded. It's finally not raining right now, but it's going to continue raining later this afternoon. It's like spring said, no rain until June, and then all of the rain at once. So I'm going to go now. It's hot in the car. I need to start the air conditioning. So as you can probably hear, but you can't see because of condensation, it is raining really hard again. And I was going to read, but someone, not that one, he's fine, he's just itchy all the time. Someone took my chair. It's Knox. Yeah, I didn't even hit you that hard. Why do you act like that? You're so weird and so fat. I love you. That's the only good girl in the whole house. And she knows it. Anyway, actually, I'm just going to work on putting the rest of these books in my classroom library, which now consists of this box, and that pile of books. So it's pretty great. Nimoy's helping, Louie is providing moral support, Knox is being a big, fat, useless bastard, as usual. And I'm just going to enjoy the sounds of the rain and work on my classroom library. And I do have The Cruel Prince here to read when all that is done. So hopefully I can get this done when there's still some light outside, and I can enjoy the rain. And oh, thank you, sir. Wow. Thank you so much. So in case anyone's interested, it's day 4. And I've been reading to page 134. I don't trust Locke. I don't trust him. I don't know anything about him. I've never heard his name before. I've never seen pictures of him in fan art. I know nothing about him, and it makes me kind of untrusting. I don't think it's cute. I think it's kind of weird. Like, suddenly he really likes you and he's being nice to you. Maybe it's because I just know who Carden is, and maybe it's just because I'm more compelled by the I can't stand you so much because I'm like secretly very attracted to you concept that I seem to get from them. That's the vibe I'm getting this far in, anyway. But I'm going to keep reading. I'm probably going to try to read to chapter 15 before I stop. I've got a ways to go. So, I'm going to get back to reading now. But yeah, I don't know about Locke. I don't know. It's just, it's coming out of nowhere, Jude. Be clever, please. See, like right here, a page later. Not totally Carden's puppet like the rest of them. Taryn has an odd expression on her face, like she wants to contradict me, but is holding herself back. Whatever. Spill. What does Taryn know? What does Taryn know about Locke? I want to know. Can you show me? Yeah, cool. It's time to get this boy some therapy. Bro, he has issues. This is obsessive behavior, sir. Ooh, okay. Alright, that's a lot. I think this is going to be my last update for today. It's the 4th. I'm almost at book 2, I guess the second part of this. And it's going very quickly. I'm just speeding through it. I anticipate I will finish this well before the 7th, because it's really good. And I'm pleased that it's good. I'm glad this isn't a thing where I'm just like annoyed at it. I do like the fairies in this book. Again, they're kind of vindictive. They've got their like plots and stuff, and maybe I just haven't read the right kind of fairy books. I mean, I still don't get it. I really don't. But like, at least they're doing bad shit here. They're being bad. They're not being like benevolent or anything. Like you can't really trust them. You know, they can only tell the truth, but you can't trust a fairy. Is pretty much this. I still don't really trust Locke. That's just real talk. Just don't trust him. So if something happens and I'm reading later on and I get proven right on that theory, I'll record that. But yeah, otherwise the lighting in here is fading. There is some kind of storm coming up. I think I heard it thunder like twice, which is great. I mean, we've gotten all the rain in the world the last 2 days, but I'm going to keep reading until it gets too dark to read in here, and then I'll just move to another room to read. But that's, I think, going to be the last update for today anyway. Okay. I got to book 2, and I just want to say that I called Locke, and I kind of felt the stuff that happened at the coronation was going to happen. Maybe not the way it did. Maybe not to everybody that was there. But I kind of called it. I'm going to keep reading. Probably for a little while, because I'm not really tired yet. And it's really good, which is great. I'm glad it's good, and that I like it, and then I'm working my way through it. I have a 5K to run in the morning. It's a fundraiser. So we're walking it because we're out of shape. But I'm going to bring this to read afterward because my husband is playing like with the band afterward. And he's helping like perform. So I'm going to hopefully get some dumplings and a beer and read some more of this. But anyway, that's for tomorrow. You'll see that. You'll see it. I'm going to keep reading. This is the most flattering angle of the whole video. And that's only on day 4. And I just know this is it. Drink it in. Okay, good night. So, I'm very tired. I just woke up from a 2-hour nap. I didn't get a lot of footage today because I do not want to be the weird person that carries a camera around. But we jogged a 5K this morning. We beat the time we had in mind. And we got up early and did it. Felt good. Got some really amazing dumplings that I now don't have footage of. Again, didn't film a lot. And I got a little bit from when I read while Stephen played music. I left the book in the car, and we went and got his dad's truck so he could move his work toolbox to the house. So now I'm just kind of waiting for that to be done so we can go get his car back and get my book, because if I had known, I would have brought the book. But it's probably for the best. I needed the nap, and I mean, the book is really good. We've gotten into book 2 and having to kind of deal with the impact of things that happened at the end of book 1, which were, like I said last night, not super unexpected, but the way they happened were unexpected. But now I've reached that point where in like any book, I have to keep reading. Like, I've reached kind of the precipice of interest, and I know enough about the story and the characters to really be involved and invested in how the rest of the story goes. So, I'm interested to pick it up and hopefully finish it, if not today, tomorrow. I'm hoping I can finish it today. I think we're going to go for a ride tomorrow on our motorcycles. We're meeting a friend and doing some riding. And we've got plans tonight. Like I said, I don't have the book, so But I should finish it by the 7th and let you know what I think. So far, so good. So far, it's going to get a pretty good review, unless something absolutely wild happens in the negative sense at the very end of the book. And now my one regret is that I do not have copies of the second and third book. Anyway. Are you covered in mud and water? Why do I even bring you here? You're so gross now. Anyway. Well, it's officially hot as Satan's ass crack season here in North Carolina. And I'm sitting outside anyway because, I mean, when the clouds are over, it's not too bad. Today was Sunday. It's the 6th. And that means there's one day left, technically, of the Buzzwordathon. I do not have my book. We never went to go get the book from my husband's dad's house. So it's still just in his car. So instead, I've brought the Stephen King book I'm working on to my mom's so I can sit outside with my dog and let him run around and get gross and wore out because we're going to try to ride motorcycles later. And I want him to be tired out so he's not, like, sad we're gone. But I guess I'm going to read this one. So there's no update for the Cruel Prince today, like right now. Maybe we'll go get the car later. I hope so, because I want my book back. Especially since, like I said yesterday, I've gotten to the point where I'm really invested in the story. I want to know what's going on. But not much else today happening in regards to the Buzzwordathon. Just me sitting in an empty backyard by myself, talking to a camera. So I'm reading, and there's Nimoy. And my mom's dog is down here. And my sister's dog is in a hole that she dug. So that's fun. Honestly, anything to get out of this heat. I don't blame her. So, quick, quiet update. We decided not to go motorcycle riding because, one, my husband's battery died, and so none of his gauges worked, and two, it randomly thunderstormed. Thank you, summer in North Carolina. But we did go get my book, so I'm going to spend the night reading that, and that's it. Day 6 didn't have a lot going on, and I'll just read now. Hopefully I'll finish it tomorrow. I do have to take the dog to the vet in the morning, so that's going to slow things down, but otherwise, hopefully we'll get this done, if not tonight, tomorrow sometime. Anyway, yeah, quick update. This has been a really quick day. Not a lot of reading, obviously, but maybe tomorrow will be better. Good morning. It is day 7. It's the last day, technically, of like the Buzzwordathon, if you do it traditionally for the first week of the month, like I do. And I don't know why I was worried. This is how much I have left of the book to read. Just do and done. And I'm very excited. However, you know what I've said before about living in like a library desert? Guess who doesn't have access to this book anywhere in a physical sense? It's me. I am absolutely astounded that this series, which is quite popular and has actually kind of found a resurgence recently amongst like younger kids who are just discovering it, does not exist in any of the 2 local libraries that I have, because there's actually a main one a town over, and the one in my town is like a branch off of that. They have like 0 new releases. They just never do. But I am astounded that they do not have this series. This is a very popular series, and they don't have it. They have other Holly Black books. I think they have the Spiderwick Chronicles, but they do not have this trilogy. So I will have to like borrow the audiobook, I guess, to continue the series, or go buy the books. That is why, unfortunately, my physical library is like it is. It's why I'm doing a classroom library like I am, because otherwise these, like, people can't read the books. They don't have them. And that's just a mini rant. I'm just up and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, gosh, it's really frustrating to like not be able to just go check out books. Like, I have to go buy a book if I want to read it because it doesn't exist in this area, and that's unfortunate because I am lucky enough to be able to afford a new book. Not everyone who wants to read these are, especially since these are usually YA books. Like, a teenager can't just drop how much money they need for like a trilogy of this. It's just kind of frustrating. So my plans for today, it's about, I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. Like there's a watch there. My watch has been broken for months, dumbass. My plans for today are at about 8:30. Nimoy is going to the doctor to get his 6-month flea and tick medicine. So I have to go do that now. And I will probably listen to an audiobook because I made the dumb decision of checking out 2 audiobooks at one time and got approved for both of them. And so now my brain goes, you must read them immediately because you only have 12 days, even though I can check them out for longer. I think I'm going to listen to Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo first because it's a 6-hour audiobook, which means on double speed it'll be 3 hours, you know. And the other one is a Margaret Atwood book. It's the second book in the Mad Adam trilogy. So I need to read that this month because I do a Margaret Atwood every month. So I'm probably going to listen to Clap When You Land on the way to the vet and back. I'm also listening to The Key to You and Me on Libro FM, and it is very cute and very good. I'm about 50% through, and it was... The 50% mark was very uncomfortable. The main character does some stuff where she texts the wrong people, and the secondhand embarrassment was very real. But it's very good. I'm really enjoying it. It's like Sapphic Horse Girls. So sign me up, I guess. But I'm probably going to finish that one later this week because I do want to get started on the library books I've borrowed first so I can turn those in a decent time. But either way, like I'll listen to that in the car, but I think after we get home and settled, it's a nice rainy day. I'll probably just sit in it. I know. Sorry, my cat likes to, reach for you when I film. Yeah, they can't see you though. I'm probably just going to sit down and finish reading The Cruel Prince, and I'll give you my final thoughts on that. Obviously, I'm really enjoying it. I'm flying through it, having a good time. One thing I did want to mention, while I was reading it the other day, I thought of this, and I'm like, that's really funny that I have that story. My mom had pointed ears when she was born. She had them surgically changed to be round. I thought of it because so much of this novel is Jude noticing people's ears because fairies usually have furred, pointed, or some ways different ears than her, like very human round ones. I'm like, oh yeah, my mom had like surgery to fix hers. She had points. And actually my father-in-law had one pointed ear. So it's just interesting. Just interesting. Hey, sweetie. You want me to hold you? Is this Ludi? Oh, hey, beautiful. Okay, let me go give her attention because she's clearly just desperate for it. And I'll check in later. Did you see the doctor? Are you ready? It'll be a very quick trip and then we'll go see Dad at work. And he'll love that. You excited? You like the vet? Don't let him fool you. He actually really likes the vet because they love him and think he's very cute. But it's hot today. It's hot and humid today. So, alright, let me call him and I'll let him know you're here. Yeah. Brief update. I did manage to read a decent amount while I was waiting for Nimoy at the vet. But it appears I have 2 chapters and an epilogue. I don't think what needs to happen in this book can be done in 2 chapters and an epilogue, which makes me very, very nervous. And I think I'm going to have to finish it right now, which, again, am I mentally in a good space to finish it? I hope so, because it's going to happen whether I like it or not. How did I finish this book this quickly? And now I'll just wait around and never get to read the sequel, I guess, because I think the library has it, the audiobook, like, on hold for a couple weeks. So, I might have to go buy it. Oh well. It's really good so far, but again, I'll finish it, and then I'll kind of do a wrap-up to let you know my actual thoughts about it. Okay, so I officially finished The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I really, really liked it. I do not appreciate that it left me kind of on a cliffhanger, but I do appreciate the sort of twist that happened in the last chapter. Again, spoilers. I'm not, you've either read this book or you haven't, or you don't care about spoilers, but we thought the whole time toward the kind of like last third of the novel that Jude is planning to crown Oak her, he's not her brother, but he is her brother. It's the guy who murdered her parents. It's not his son either. It's the illegitimate son of the dead prince. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of court drama. Anyway, Oak is also technically able to be crowned king. She's like, yeah, Carden's going to crown him. We're going to take him off to the mortal world, and he's going to, be raised. And it's like, whoops, actually, she just has Oak crown Cardan as king. And he's not happy about it. And so they're back to that kind of antagonistic thing. But I love their dynamic of, like, it really pisses me off how attractive I find you. It makes me so mad how much I really like you, especially him. I love my female protagonist, very smart and very intelligent, but very stupid about telling when people like them. I just appreciate the realism of that, because it be like that sometimes, you know. You just have no concept that the guy that's, like, antagonistic towards you likes you. I have seen some interesting discourse recently about this enemies to lovers trope, mostly in the, is it pronounced like Dryamone, like the Draco and Hermione ship, that it teaches people that if someone is mean to you, it means they like you. I'm like, yeah, in real life, I'm not going to tell my kid, oh, the little boy is kicking you on the playground. It's because he has a crush on you. First of all, kids don't really know how to express emotion very well anyway, so it could be that this kid just straight up doesn't know what he's doing. But also, do not associate violence with affection. But also, I'm a grown adult, and this is fiction. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not real life. It's not going to hurt me. And if I want to like the people who are kind of mean to each other, if I want them to kiss at knife point, then damn it, let them kiss at knife point. This had it. This had what I wanted. And it's still there. It's not like they just suddenly are in love at the end of this book. I really, really appreciate that. That it is more about kind of like the way the court stuff works. If I was going to make one note, if I was going to have one complaint, it would be that it felt like the end of this book wrapped up very quickly. And I know that's on purpose. I think that this was more of a setup of the world and the people in it. But I feel like we spent too long on the beginning part, fleshing out characters I didn't give a crap about, than giving us enough of, like, the characters we're supposed to care about by the end of it. And I just feel like the last, like, 2 chapters were so quick. Like, what happens with trying to get Oak crowned and then, like, whoops, it's Cardan instead. It just feels like it's very, very quickly done. But I am really interested to continue with this series. Like I said, I'll try to get my hands on the other books. But I am glad that not only I read this, but I also read it for the Buzzwordathon. So I have done my Buzzwordathon for the month of June, and now I can just read all the other things I've started. I did start Clap When You Land today, and it's already very beautiful. I'm sure it's going to break my heart, and it's lovely. But that was my vlog. I hope it has been interesting. I, along with you, am also shocked at what was done, because at this point I have not edited it. So I have no idea what I've decided to put in or leave out or do. So yeah, it's going to be a surprise to all of us, truly. Anyway, this has been fun. This has been nice. Do not expect something long form like this all the time, because I just can't maintain it, because like I've said before, I forget that I need to record things often. And but anyway, yes, if you haven't read it, if you're like me and you have not read this book before, believe the hype. Pretty darn good. Did enjoy. Would recommend. Don't know what my rating is right now, but it looks like it's probably straddling at about a 4.5. So definitely a solid recommendation. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. There's bells behind me because, of course, it's the morning and the Methodist Church wants to tell me about it. I didn't realize The Cruel Prince was printed in 2018. I thought that book was a lot older. I'm having a Mandela effect with it, where I think that my brain had convinced me that was like a mid-2000s book with everything else. But no, 2018, the same year I started college. Very weird. Feel very stupid thinking that it's that old. But anyway, just that was something I realized last night when I was putting it back on the shelf. Don't know why I thought it was old. Anyway, that's it. That's all. That was my moment.